Happy
to see you.
Exactly. Same here. Yeah,
I remember the first time when we met, no. So I feel like comfortable to talk with you once you first arrived.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much, because for me I have a very good experience with East Timorian.
Yeah, that's right. Once you mentioned about some names of the East Timor, now they are fathers like Jerio, Julius, or Marito. So like feeling like at home when you meet the brothers. You know?
Yeah,
so
yeah, very true. Yeah.
Very true. So good morning and welcome to this podcast. No, HEAN KLEAN with me, brother Ilo SJ, as well as Father Joseph SJ as well. So to know more about him, and I just simply ask him to introduce his name.
So good morning to you all, and I am Father Joseph Atputharaj Sahayanathan from Sri Lanka. I belong to Sri Lanka province, and I am right now a Thracian who is going to finish his Thracianship, and very soon I am leaving to Sri Lanka. I'm really happy, and I really enjoyed my stay over here in the Philippines, and this program is well organized, and we thank the province members and the provincial, of course. He accepted us as we are in this province to do our Thracianship program. And about me, more of like I was born and brought up in Sri Lanka, and the college I studied is a Jesuit college. Once upon a time, sad to say that. And I grew up in the Jesuit family, practically speaking, Jesuit parish and Jesuit college, St. Michael's College. And I saw missionaries there, like Americans practically, and Italians as well. And that was a beautiful experience, looking at them playing basketball. Like, I was really attracted by their behavior, attitudes, and the spontaneous lifestyle that they had. Really, I was taken up by that. I think that was the first click or a first line of my vocation journey, I would say. So because of them, right now I am a Jesuit. I'm really proud to say that I'm part of this same family. Thank you.
So Father, so you're like, you mentioned about you're part of the Jesuit family before, once upon a time. So that means like, now for me, Jesuit is at home. It's a place that where I belong to. So I find it's also meaningful for me too, so Father. So what moves you to decide to enter Society of Jesus, and what there is a mission that you find?
Well, I never had any idea to become a priest initially, and I was really doing well in my academics, and then I continued my life, and then after some time I had a chance to attend the leadership program in Manresa, where I spent 3 days.
Spain? No,
I mean in Manresa in Sri Lanka itself. Okay. Yeah. So there in 3 days program, I felt something was triggering me. I would say I was happy, but I was joyful when I went there. So that experience, I don't know how it happened to me. I think that is the first call that I had, and saying that no, your place is here, not there. So I came back with that same idea. Just I shared with my mother first, because my mother looked at me in such a way, saying that it's not normal. She understood me very well, and because I was a very joyful fellow, and then going around laughing and enjoying. But last 2-3 days after this program, she felt something wrong in me, like I was not free like earlier. Then she asked me that, no, what happened to you? And then I just explained to her what happened to me. I told her, like, maybe this is not my house. My house is somewhere else. Better to move that side for a while. And it was not appreciated by my family completely, but my mother appreciated, but my father was not. But anyway, it was a big challenge for me to get back to the society. And then Reverend Father Paul Satkunayam SJ, he was in charge of the candidate house at that time, Loyola House, we call them, Loyola House. And he insisted that no, you can come and stay with me for a while, and then you can continue your studies. In that, there were so many struggles and I faced, and then I went back home again, and again he called me back. Finally he said, no, if it is the case, I have to send you immediately from here, because it's not good for you. And then that's how I was sent to Negombo to continue my studies from there. So I think it's very, sometimes people ask, no, can you explain to your vocation? It is very, very unique
That's
and
right.
crucial to explain to people how do you get your vocation.
That's right.
It's internal,
Yeah, internal,
and you know it triggers you. Ignatius says, no, allow your feelings to work out, like you know, to tell the truth. So I think, more or less, if I put it outside, I would say this what happened to me,
Yeah, that's
and
right,
then I got it. I got it, and then I moved in the same
That's
line.
right, yeah.
Maybe that's why I am here today.
So I believe that now, whenever also people ask me, can you tell me a vocation story? I said the same thing that, oh, I learned this from this, I inspired this from this. But there is something that within me that I cannot explain about these vocations. So for me, like, I just open myself to this grace and how to collaborate with God. So anything else, it's just the story. But aside from it, within it, there is something beyond the story. It exists God's, you know, calling us, and something like that. So Father, as a young man, macho,
I am.
and maybe you are a basketball,
I do.
basketball player. So when you decide to enter the Society of Jesus, that means you have to embrace your life, to live, I can say, alone or solitude, both. Now you looking back at your decisions, are you grateful or happy, or are you regret of your decisions?
I love that question. You know, well, I always ask, this is a question that, you know, am I happy? Am I joyful in the society? If you ask me, I would say I'm the happiest person in the world. I would say that, because this journey is not for all. This is the life that we don't choose, that God chose you to be part of this group, like called Society of Jesus. And I'm really, really grateful to the Society of Jesus. What I am, who I am right now, it's because of the Society of Jesus and the Sri Lanka province. They trusted me, or they trust me, and they have given me enough and more opportunities to grow and learn spiritually, mentally, physically. And I think that trust made me to move forward. And the responsibilities as well as the freedom they put me. I always say, people used to say that freedom with responsibility, but I say freedom itself is a responsibility. That is what I am here today. That is what my province did to me. They gave me responsibility. That itself is a freedom for me to go forward. I think that's why I'm really, really grateful to Sri Lanka province. And most of the Jesuits say the same thing to their own province and the province men, I believe so. So I'm really happy even right now after going through this 6-month program as a treasureship and the treasureship program. You know, different culture, different people. Jesuits are different always. But when we come together, we feel like it's my family. Though there are contradictory ideas and thoughts, you know, we go against each other, but when we come, we as one family, we remain. And the identity is we are Jesuits. So I think that is what the real joy that we get every day when we come to eat or to play or to share something, you know. I think that is what we have to cherish. I'm still cherishing that. Yeah.
So Father, as of now you're finishing your tertianship, so Jesuit formation is very, very long. So would you say that the long formation that really helps you to grow as a Jesuit, or that my formation is enough? I don't
Very
need to
good.
grow more?
Yeah, you know, people say that Jesuits, oh, you're going to go to Jesuits, Society of Jesus. Wow, so many years they will take. You know what? Well, we don't look for priesthood, Jesuits. We want to be a Jesuit. So, Father Aloysius Pires, one of the great theologians in Sri Lanka, is now 93 years old. When we were attending his classes, like, you know, theological classes, I mean basic classes, and then he said, don't look for priesthood. You know what priesthood in the society? You go on your journey, you just stay there for a while and meet someone, say hi, bye, and you continue your journey. You don't stuck there. When you stuck there, that is not a Jesuit priesthood. When you say hi, bye, and take that cherishing moments from that person and move forward, that is a Jesuit journey. That is a Jesuit priesthood. We embrace the priesthood and we don't stuck there, because our journey is somewhere else. all for the greater glory of God.
Yeah.
So if you are reaching the mountain, that is the point that your priesthood is remaining. After that, where will you go? You will die from there.
That's right.
So that's why the longer formation is always good for us, not to become a priest, to be trained in Ignatian spirituality, deepening ourselves in spiritual life. And that will help us to show the way to God, to accompany the youth. Again, apostolic preferences. So what we focus on. So when you are in the formation, you will never ever feel that it's take too long. For others, oh my God, now only you have finished novitiate. Now only you. But for a person who is in, he would say, no, I'm happy. I was in India, I was in Nairobi, now I'm in Philippines. I feel like my formation is not yet over. Even if my provincial asks me to go somewhere else, next year I'm ready to go because I have tasted that. Therefore, I want to have more. This is what Ignatius says.
That's
to
right.
have more.
Yeah. Actually, no, at first I did not understand, like even before, no, when I had an interview, no, they said, what do you want to be? So in my mind is that I want to be a priest. So what happened then? The interviewer said, no, we are not looking for the priest. We are looking for person who are willing to be a Jesuit. So the priest is another thing.
Yeah.
Once you reach the destination, yes, you are a priest. But your journey as a Jesuit goes and goes on and on. So I think that's very clear, and it helps me to understand more. No, actually, it's not about how long, how many years you pursue your mission or your studies, but how are you willing to continue your mission as a Jesuit?
Yeah.
So this is very helpful for me, so Father. So Father, and how do you embrace your vows?
Well, this is what now in the relationship program we insist on that. You know, it's the vows. It is there. We take in the novitiate. You know, after the novitiate, we are completing saying that it's a perpetual vows for us. Like, you know, and how do you embrace? It's living that. It's not in a word or a formula that you repeatedly say, I'm renewing every year. We don't need to renew even. Just to remember that vows. Okay, after coming to relationship only I came to know all these things. And now I say, when you live in that, living means that in the community, in the mission that you are embracing, there you will practice your vows. Obedience. Chastity. Chastity is not that the physical thing, man. It is something beyond that. When you embrace your companionship in the community, when you embrace someone who is in need, where you practice your chastity, you are fully surrendered yourself. That is, I think I am following chastity. Obedience. There are many cases for Jesuits. They say, why we have obedience? You know, because we don't follow it. They say it. You know, it's very true. It's not easy to follow someone or to listen to someone, for Jesuits mainly, because we are all equal.
That's right.
So, how do you practice that? Because the command or someone is saying is not from you as a superior, it's coming from God. That's what Ignatius says, clear. Is obedient, it's like, you know, it's not a blind obedience. But think about it, that's what we call it, discernment. You collaborate with someone, you share with someone, come up with something good. That is very important. That's how I practice my obedience. It's not someone go. No, it's not that. It's a collaborative and a sharing moment. Then where we come to a decision. That is what obedient to me. And poverty, something very, very important. Need and want, there are two things. We need something to survive. We do that. When something is extra, that means I'm not following the poverty. If it is not for me, please don't do that. Don't have that. Allow that to go somewhere else, because when it goes to some other place, that will become need for someone. For us it's an extra, but for them it's a need. I think that's how we have to identify what is our need, what is our want. Then I think we are all in the same line of practicing the vows. If not, no. It will be on the written formula, in the written format, but we will say we have vows. No. This is the practical part of it.
So is there a moment that you find yourself challenged when living or embrace the vows as a Jesuit?
Well, we are all human beings. We are not fallen from heaven. We are all human beings. We are coming from our own families and own luggages we are carrying. So that's how the psycho-spiritual formation is being given in the society to look at ourselves. And then if I am not having an itching of these three things, obedience, disobedience, chastity, of course I am a man. Knowing that, I joined the society. I know that I can't marry. If I wanted to marry, why should I spend my time, whole years in the society of Jesus? This is what called commitment. Surrender what you have. That's what God wants. You know it. You are fully capable. But still, you have a different vocation to surrender and do God's mission. I think that is a real challenge. That is a real challenge. Now, you may have a phone, but you want to have an extra phone and say updating yourself. And then, what will you do with this old phone? That is my question now. Are you going to give to the provincial or to your delegate of formation saying that, Father, I bought a new phone, so have this one, or give it to someone who is not? We are not doing that. So it's a challenge again. You see? It is interesting. It is very interesting. So practicing and the challenge is actually very, very difficult. Obedience mainly. It's a real challenge in your community. When someone says, don't do this because it's not good practice for the community or it's not embraced by the community members. No, I will do what I'm supposed to do. So now I'm not obeying God actually.
That's right.
Not the superior. Now in the constitution it says clearly, find God, Lord in your superior, provincial. You are not obeying to the person who is commanding you to do. No, it is coming from God. The constitution, Ignatius, is very clear. Yeah. These are the challenges I think now we are facing in the world.
I really like what you mentioned about I know it. I know that chastity will be challenged. I know that poverty, it will challenge us, obedience challenge, but I allow myself to commit and follow God's will. No, I think this is for me as a young Jesuit. Most of the times we find many things just to forget what is our real human being going through experience, like chastity, poverty, that. But I think it's good to also embrace that. I know that there is always challenge. There is challenge. So thank you very much for mentioning that. And as you have been in the society for a long time, how is your prayer life as a Jesuit?
Well, you see, 2 years in the novitiate, we focus on prayer, spiritual exercise, obviously the long retreat, So after that, there is something, that's what we learned in the novitiate, saying that we all become contemplatives in action. What we do, that becomes prayer for us. Anything that you do, you are connected with the Lord. I don't know how many people understood that. That is what called, when you do, you are already finding God in everything that you do. Again, Ignatian. And if you are clear with that idea, then your prayer life is not necessarily to go to the chapel and sit 1 hour like monastics. We are Jesuits. We pray even while eating because you find God in the food.
When it gives you delicious
meal and you thank God for the cook, the one who provided this nice meal, tasty meal. And the work that you do, you cherish your companionship during the manualia, sharing what you're feeling. You see, that's what it is. So prayer for us, for Jesuits, is something unique again. And that will give you life again. If you are not connected with the Lord, again, that will also put you down. You will feel drowsy. You will feel empty. And the desolation will take place. And there you will feel dryness. And there you will look for something. Many of us Jesuits, and they change the track because they are not connected with the Lord. If a person is really connected with the Lord, he is a happy Jesuit, and he will make others happy, and he will also time to time laugh at himself. This, I didn't say this, Father Pedro Arpe said this.
So looking back at your life, you know, your prayer, it's more Jesuit prayer. I remember one person, you know, came to me and they shared about his experience about prayer. Sometimes he sit there for 2 hours, 3 hours, and then he finds it's very dry. He finds that God is not there anymore. But then I kind of like, why not you doing something else? If you spend your 1 hour, 2 hours there, why not 15 minutes? And the rest of the minutes, you do focus on something, because God is there. Maybe God wants you to focus on this activity, then don't lose that one, something like that. But then they find it very difficult for them. Then they question a lot. But then what comes to my mind that, of course, they are not the Jesuits, so they don't understand what he means. So Father, after the tertianship, do you believe that spiritual exercises really become your cornerstone, foundation of your life as a Jesuit?
It's very, very true what you're saying, because after the priesthood, and we are very busy working, and 5 to 10 years time, I would say a Jesuit priest, suppose, or a brother should come for the tertianship program again to deepen ourselves with the Lord, with the spiritual exercises. Though we are praying or we are doing our ministries very well, but I think the tertianship program is really a time for us to spend time once again, renew ourselves, fall in love with the Lord, with our God, through spiritual exercises and the work that we are doing in the tertianship program. It's more of a free, as well as the spiritual exercises made us to remember, or just, you know, to giving us that idea, like, you know, you are not far away, you are already there. Now come, rest in me for a while, and I'll give you more energy now. I know you're weak, but surrender again, surrender again. We surrendered in the novitiate after so long now again, knowing the world, studying philosophy, theology, degrees, experiencing with the people, but now Lord says, you are tired. To the disciples, come, we'll go that side and rest for a while. You're doing so well now. It's a time to rest.
So it's really rooted in the gospel.
See, it is very much rooted in the gospel. Because nothing is simply said in the Bible.
Yeah, that's right.
And also Ignatius is very keen on that. You know, experiencing the Lord again, the Eucharist, and it's something tremendous for us Jesuits. Without Eucharist, we are nothing. That's what he says. And this experience, and it will change your whole perspective of your life, a Jesuit life. And the person I came here, it's not the person right now you're talking with. Everything, like, you know, I would say I was like a frog. Now I have become an eagle who look at the things from the far perspective and the wider perspective. And through Ignatian spirituality, the experiences through constitution, what Ignatius is trying to tell us, and how am I going to embrace and practice that in my community, in the province, for the love of the society, love for my province. And finally, I am accountable to God. So I think that is what the tertianship all about. School of the heart, not the mind. People always do degrees, PhD. It's very good for us. We have to excel in our education, but we can't forget the heart what we have. That's why the tertianship is all about school of the heart. Okay, the heart has to connect with the mind, and then we come up with something very good. That Ignatius is the same thing. I think that's why we have been surviving for so long.
I think that's a good message, that always remember that the Lord Jesus knows that we are tired. You know? Many times He knows that we are tired. So you just take time in silence, or take time to be with Him anytime, any moment, because He knows that, oh, man, you are so tired.
Yeah, you're working like a bull.
That's right. So I think Jesuit formation is really rooted in the gospel.
Very
and,
much.
And also rooted in the experience how God changes Ignatius' life.
Yeah.
And also from Ignatius' life inspire us to change as well,
Yeah.
to follow the Lord more closely. So thank you very much for this, Father. I think this is the end. So as a Jesuit, what message do you want to give to the young men who are considering the Jesuit life amidst this time of globalization, many things?
Well, guys, I'm really happy to be a Jesuit today. If I want to say or just share my experience with the youngsters, what I would say is this. You are lucky, because the time I started using my cell phone was like I was grade 10 or 11 or 12. I can't even remember. I think somewhere in grade 12. But you are really, really lucky, because everything is in your fingertip now. You don't need to look for anything, because everything is in your hand. So, how you can grow in spirituality or psycho-spiritual, it is really challenging once again. But the way they thought or we thought is different than what you are thinking right now. Jesuits, we are welcoming all of you today. You know why? Because you will be the game changer tomorrow. Because you have that ability. You have that intellectual capacity. You have the digital mind now. You can work faster than what we did and what we are having and what we are doing. So remember, you will be the next Jesuit. You can change that. Don't look someone else. Why can't you question yourself? Why can't I be? If Father Joseph, if Father Arupe, if Father Ignatius could have done that, what about you? Having all the gadgets in your hand. And it is very simple. But use it responsibly. And the freedom is yours. And you can surrender yourself, knowing that you have everything. Again, I would repeat this, what Ignatius mentioned to Francis Xavier. If a man wins the whole world and loses his own soul, what he profits? We have everything. If you are not happy with that, if you are a person who is grudging or who is just complaining every time something is going wrong there, so kindly find out something has to trigger you, and what is that triggering you, and that is the call that you can feel. Mainly that call could be to become a Jesuit. Who knows? That is you. That is you. So I wish you all the very best for you all, and do well what you are doing, but time to time examine yourself. Any spiritual activities in your parishes, in your church, even in the bigger community circle or in the schools, kindly attend, because at least few hours it will be good for you to know yourself, because we are all lost in the world right now, because the whole world is changing and we don't know what is going to happen next second. Therefore, this moment, don't think about the past, don't think about the future, but right now at present, how you can identify yourself in the line of spirituality, maybe in the line of your family itself, and in the church. How do you just give yourself to the community or to the parish? I think that will decide you who you are. Therefore, wishing you all the very best. Society of Jesus, International Society of Jesus welcomes you. Thank you.
So thank you very much, Father Joseph, for this opportunity to share your knowledge and experience. It's very meaningful, and your life experience can change many people who are listening to it, because life without experience, it can be boring, but life always has different experience that can transform us. So thank you very much for your inspiring experience for us. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much also for you and for giving me this opportunity to share what I experienced. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All the very best.
Thank you.